testies. Testicles.
Oh, I thought I had a burp.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We are here.
We are.
I feel queer. Get used to it. Thank you for the coffee.
You're welcome.
Oh, it's blueberry flavored, but I wouldn't have guessed it.
Yeah, so I took the last of the Mark Jensen blend and I made cold brew with it.
Nice.
Which I just do by putting it in a French press overnight.
Yeah.
But I do find that is a better iced coffee than trying to pour hot over ice because it doesn't get watered down.
True. Yeah.
And it's also a little less acidic, but
it's nice.
It's so nice. And then you guessed it because I still had it on the counter.
I didn't guess it. Yeah. I glanced and it's stuck. I was like, blueberry, I saw something.
So our recent new obsession is that Walmart, it's Walmart brand.
Okay.
But they have a specialty creamer right now and it's called Blueberry Cobbler.
Okay.
That's what that is. It's so yummy.
It is.
We've been buying like 2 of them every time we've grocery shop just in case it's limited time, but we might be keeping them in business. I'm not sure.
Right. You get hooked on something.
Yeah.
You don't want it to go away.
It's
Like
so good.
a McRib.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. It's even better, I feel like, in the hot coffee, but I wanted to do the cold brew so we could put it in our little cups.
Oh, it is so smooth. Yes. And in our cups, we have our Flickin' Beans tumblers.
Yeah. That Mark Jensen coffee is just so good. I was grinding it and I'm like,
that's so great. I'm telling you.
Smelling it along the way.
Hint, hint. Put us on your Christmas list. I don't know if it's too far to drive Miata over to Iowa, but you know your daughter lives here, so...
Yeah, bring some with you. She's probably making you listen to this right now.
Oh my God. I know. If anything, she's just gonna put it onto an LP and gift it to him for Christmas. This is like 3 episodes you're mentioned it on the podcast. Shout out. We love Mark Jensen coffee.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's so good.
I have such an Olympic hangover.
Okay.
This morning. Have you been watching?
I did watch a little bit, yeah.
God, did you watch the opening?
No.
I was just chills.
Yeah. I should go back.
Okay, so the part with all the boats and all that stuff, that was just great. And it was just pouring rain. Then they have the part where they have to take the flag, the Olympic flag, to where all the other flags are. And it was so dramatic. It was so very French. And so, everything was going down the river. So they had this like silver horse.
Okay.
With a real person riding it in a costume, all silver, kind of like a knight or something. And this thing was being pulled by like pulleys or a submarine or a boat or something underwater with lights on it on either side. And it was running. It was like slow motion running. Well, not slow mo, but like running like a horse would run that whole long distance the whole time with the lights on it and just like the flag is on the guy's back floating, and I was like, how are they going to do this? It's not a real horse. So like it disappeared into the ramp as a real rider came out on the horse and got off. And then I don't know, but there was just something about the music, the composition that they did, and just like it did go on for a really long time, but I'm like, oh my God, it's just like it just gave me the chillies.
Yeah.
I loved it. I just thought that whole they did it up. All the hands and brains and creativity that had to go into putting that whole, it was everything was happening everywhere all at once.
Yeah.
There was a fashion show going on one of the bridges. It was just, it was a lot.
Yeah.
Wow. And now, like, I stayed up way too late last night watching, I wanted a Twister and the right Twister. And then, oh my gosh, this diving, synchronized dive, Katie Ledecky. And this morning it was all mountain biking and speed. They did time trials. Bike racing female and our girl like fell like 3 times. It was so slick, and I was like, I did that once on ice, but what are you gonna do?
I watched on Friday the Simone Biles documentary.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
Yes.
So good.
I
was like, I like her even more. I mean, obviously she's an impressive gymnast, but I didn't know much about her personal life,
Right.
But I really like, learning about her past and foster care and all that. And her parents / grandparents, like, they're so sweet. And just all that she's been through is really interesting. Yeah. But one of the things that I took away from it was, like, she explains, like, she's fucking scared every single time she performs.
Why wouldn't you be?
And I'm like, it's normal to be nervous, but you think that, like, when you're someone like that's the best that there's ever been, that you have some kind of, like, inner confidence that makes you that way. But no, she just works hard and she's talented.
Also, never, I mean, it should be obvious, but it didn't occur to me, like, you could die. You could die in one trick. Fuck, I feel awful for her.
Yeah.
But it's just, we're all going through something like that at some point where it's just like, but we're not her. And we think, like you said, she's so much better than, everyone else. She wouldn't, why would she feel
She would
that
never
way?
have self-doubt.
Good God.
Yeah. Which is unrealistic to put on any human, but it was eye-opening to me. And I thought, like, all things considered, she's handled it with a lot of grace, and also, like, the courage to even say no.
Yeah.
Because a lot of girls would just do it and maybe hurt or kill themselves.
Right.
If they were feeling like they were off.
She seems like such a sweet girl. And happy marriage.
Yeah, they're cute together.
Yes. Oh, very sweet. All right.
Shall we get into it?
Why? Why bother?
I don't know.
I got Olympic fever.
if
sponsor us.
Yeah. Does the Olympics sponsor anyone? Everyone sponsors the Olympics.
Listen.
But you could sponsor us to go to a podcast Olympics.
Oh my God, that would be so great. Or just, we could color commentate. I wanna go hang out with Snoop.
Oh, hell yeah.
He's so great.
Olympic torch carrying Snoop.
I think, people like Snoop are having just as much of a blast as anyone else. He just warms my ever-loving heart. Look at it, who would have thunk it?
Yeah.
He's fucking beloved. He's America's sweetheart.
His career arc should be studied by marketers and artists everywhere.
And he looks great.
He takes care of himself.
He's got a great do, a little bun in the back going on, cool shades. He's looking dapper. Oh yeah, love me some Snoop. All right. This was painful. These movies, fucking. I wanted to retitle Sharknado. It's terrible.
Sharknado and Twister. Two very unrealistic films.
God.
But one knows it and the other one just kind of hopes you don't care.
Which one do you think knows it and which one
Sharknado. Sharknado. Sharknado.
I mean,
Sharknado knows it's bad.
Does it?
Yeah, it's playing to it, Okay. It's one of those cheesy horror flicks. But anyway, I digress. Which one do you want to talk about?
I've been thinking about getting it.
Yeah, about getting it.
ADHD BOGO sale. No, buy ADD, get HD
for free.
Oh, we digress.
Yes. Okay. Which one do you want to talk about first?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave your choice.
Let's talk about Twisters first.
Twister.
Yes. The new one.
The new one just came out.
Yeah, it's in theaters right now.
Yes.
And I would like to go see it.
I'm thinking it's probably really good. The acting can only be better.
The acting is not great in this, but I remember this movie very fondly. I went to see it in the theater. I've seen it lots of times. It was sort of like one I really liked as a kid. But I hadn't seen it for 20 years probably. And yeah, the acting is not good.
Oh man. Well, especially since we just came off of Weird Science and Bill Paxton is still a talking pile of shit. Oh my God. Is it the way his voice sounds or the way he delivers his lines or the way his face hole opens and sound comes out? I don't know. That wasn't very nice.
No.
Rude.
I don't know. I don't think he's that bad.
Yeah, I guess I just never developed any kind of interest or affinity for Bill Paxton. Geez, I really am kicking him right down the road, but I'm sure he has redeemable qualities. Okay, let's move on. Next character.
Joe, Helen Hunt.
Helen Hunt.
She's a great actress. She does all right in this.
Sure.
But her storyline is a little weird.
Stupid.
I mean, I don't know. They're trying to give you a reason why you would be so obsessed with tornadoes.
Correct.
So I get that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, her dad was killed by a tornado when she was young, and now she's a storm chaser trying to save people.
So
and
stupid.
They're trying to get information about tornadoes so the warning system can be longer. And for some...
Sure.
No?
I the whole time I was just like, what? Why? What are you? Why? So passionate.
You would think that she would be like afraid of tornadoes.
Right.
But instead she becomes obsessed with them.
I think you can study them without chasing them and getting right in the middle of them.
Well, they say, I think you really got to let the science go on this one because, for one thing, all of this happens in one day. Have you living in Tornado Alley as we do? We know that this does not happen. You have like a storm and maybe a couple tornadoes form around it, and they're gone.
Yeah,
you don't have a storm, a tornado, and then it moves to the next town and makes another tornado, and then moves to the next town and makes another tornado.
Right. That's
not how storms work. So that part was kind of like, why did they have to shove it all in one day? But I think that was so they could have the side fiance story, which is kind of unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like, she was just there to torture, really.
Gee,
comic relief, I guess.
I did ask a couple weeks when we talked about Robert Downey. Oh, in the Weird Science.
Yeah.
Had you ever seen Less Than Zero?
Yeah, I have not.
She is a lead actress in that movie with Robert Downey Jr. So
is she the hot female scientist?
Might as well.
Yeah.
No, she's the hot rich girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, who has some cocaine. I don't know.
Yeah, but they explain it.
Twister. Have you seen Philip Seymour Hoffman and other stuff?
Yeah.
God, he's in some weird shit.
He is. I like the line when Bill Paxton goes, I don't remember Seymour's name in the thing, but...
Okay, were you talking about a quote?
Yes. When Bill Paxton first shows up looking for Joe at the... and he leaves his fiance with Philip Seymour Hoffman. Oh. And he goes, here, go tell him why you are the way you are.
Wow.
And I liked that.
Well... And as far as being his girlfriend, she doesn't seem to really understand what he does.
No, because he doesn't do that anymore. He's a weatherman.
Oh, so he used to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Whatever.
Wow. We had very different views of this movie. So I love it.
My my issue was just that I spent most of my time watching the wrong Twister, which it was a 1989 movie that didn't seem to have any tornadoes in it. And I kept going, when are they going to hit the road? Where are the vans? I paused it. I looked at the title. I was like, I'm watching Twister. So wrong. How come I didn't know they could name? Is there like a years span where they can name a movie the same name?
I don't really know how that works because there definitely are a lot of movies that have the same name. So yeah. I'm not sure.
Well, maybe there are no rules, I guess.
Yeah. Those movies weren't made that well. Yeah, they were made like almost a decade apart, I guess. 89 and 1996.
Yeah. It was Dylan McDermott, Crispin Glover, some Wind.
Wind.
It's just weird.
That's a Wind, yeah. Sometimes I'm like, this is why I think life isn't real, because wind is air that we walk through all the time. We move through it freely with basically no resistance, and then all of a sudden it can tear your house down. I don't understand. What I'm basically going to say is I don't understand science. But
I don't understand wind.
I don't.
Like how wind can go more.
How can the same thing that I can easily like breathe into my lungs pick up a cow? I don't get it.
It's invisible too.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, what about tidal waves?
Oh. I don't want to get into gravity.
It's the same water I swim in. They can pick up a cow. Listen, if we're going to get right down to it, a lot of things can pick up a cow. Oh my God. So, Dorothy, too.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all they wanted it to pick up. Not a cow.
Yes.
But,
a device, a measuring device. There's something I don't understand about that too. Why did the big part of it need to go up into the tornado? Why couldn't they have just shot those little sensors out in somehow and not have to get in the way of the tornado?
How come they had to make little sensors on the fly? How come they didn't already have this built?
Well, the sensors were built, but they added the little spinners because they were inspired by Aunt May's art.
Yeah. Yeah, and they, Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt simultaneously understood one another's idea.
Yeah.
Without speaking, to literally build these little doohickeys out of pop cans.
Yes.
Wow, they're very connected.
And they also build like 100 of them in like 5 minutes.
Right. Yeah. Again, group projects. I don't buy it. They never work.
No.
No.
Are you the person in the group project that ends up doing everything, or the one that like doesn't? You're like, just do it.
I've been both. There was a cardboard boat race that I basically sank because no one helped build the boat, and I couldn't finish it and get it seaworthy. And so someone else in the group was like, hey, my friend's roommate built a boat just for kicks and giggles, so get in that and paddle across the thing. Oh, I sank and I was trapped in the boat, had a panic attack. It was one of the few things my mother showed up to. And she's just like, what's your problem? I am like going to die in the middle of the shit pond. Like that no one would ever want to walk in. Oh, it's so disgusting. Anyway, yeah, group projects. Maybe that's really soured me on
I was
it.
going to say that sounds like a core memory.
For real. That's trauma.
Yeah.
Trauma mama. Yeah, trauma and my mama. Anyway. So tell me more about why you love The Right Twister.
The Right Twister. I think part of it is just nostalgia because I loved it as a kid. But also, I think it's a cool action movie. Even though it, like, you really gotta just let the reality of it go. It's cool. Like, I don't know any other movies that are, like, about tornadoes in this way. Yeah. And that's kind of cool.
Because it does probably trigger some science in the young people watching it.
And, you know, just being like a Midwesterner, I've, you know, experienced tornadoes and I know like how scary they are. Yeah. And so it's sort of like a monster I know kind of thing.
Have you ever been that close to a tornado or seen it?
I've seen a tornado, but it was real small. It was like, we used to live on the edge of town when I was growing up, and it's like cornfields out the front of our house. And I saw one in the fields across the way, but it never hit the town. And it was very, very short-lived, like a minute-ish. But I did see the cyclone, like, hit the ground. Otherwise, no, I haven't been too close to one that did much damage.
Every time there was a tornado when I was a kid and we had to go to the basement, I was terrified. Now that I'm an adult, I'm just like,
Yeah. I always thought it was like fun. Like, let's go to the basement.
I don't know.
We can all hang out in the basement. Play a board game.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can make it fun when you're a little kid. Once I was at a friend's house, and the little boy like suddenly pulled down his pants and pooped on the floor. We're down there. I mean, he was so little that he didn't say anything. He just did it. We're like, oh my God, what just happened? Oh, because kids you're too scared to go upstairs and go potty. Yeah. When honestly you could go.
Yeah.
But I mean, well, I guess in the Twister movie, they were like, this shit can come right at you without any warning. So I guess you wouldn't feel it in the eye.
That's another thing that's weird about growing up around tornadoes or living somewhere where there's tornadoes. You won't probably ever get hit by a tornado.
Yeah.
You might know some people that did, but like I think it's still pretty like statistically low that you would get hit by one. So every time the siren goes off, you're like, oh, again. Because there will be periods, especially like this year. There was like June.
Yeah.
Sirens every week.
Well, and was it Greenfield?
Yeah,
Iowa?
they did get hit with one.
Destroyed the whole town.
Yeah, so it's like very, I wonder if it's
hit or miss?
Hit or miss, yeah. Is what I was going to say, but I wonder if that's like kind of how you feel about other things like urban violence, maybe. Like if you live in a rough neighborhood, like you won't get shot, but like, a lot of people that did. So it's like a little over, fear, but also like it's just so normal that you're not really afraid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a light earthquake.
Yeah.
Now and then. Oh, I know what this is kind of thing. Yeah. It's all what you're used to, what you get desensitized to. I only wrote down 2 quotes from Twister. Writing was brilliant. This is going to be a long day. It's my first quote. I say that all the time. That's a catchphrase. And the second one was, maybe we should get off of this road. Woo-hoo! Coffee break! Let's talk about our beans.
Hey Bean Flickers, have you followed us yet? We are on Instagram and Facebook at Flickin' Beans Pod. Make sure you like and subscribe and leave us a review.
I don't know.
Yeah, I wrote down some stuff like that too. There's okay. I'll save the best for last, but there was one point, speaking of the cow, like the cow is on the cover of the Twister and like the little
cow, yeah,
it's like a thing that you think about because it goes by. And I went cow, and then Helen Hunt goes cow, and then I was like, oh, another cow, and then Joel goes, I think that's the same cow, and then Bill Paxton goes, I think it's the same cow.
Oh my God. Wow.
So we wrote that movie basically. But the one that was the best was when he said, it's better than what you sniff.
What?
But one thing that this movie got a little bit more right is at least they were wearing sleeves when they ran through the cornfield.
Yes. Got it. You got it.
On that note, we can move on to the next.
Oh, man. Sharknado.
So I think the big takeaway from watching these 2 movies is that how you stop a tornado is you get a car, you put it in drive, and then what's that called?
Cruise control.
Cruise control. And you jump out of it and let the car go into the tornado. That's how they fixed it in both movies.
Yeah.
So now you know. Tornado safety.
Yeah. Sharknado would... You start. I just need to just collect my wows.
Sharknado, rightfully so, has secured its place as one of the worst / best movies ever. It's like the best worst movie ever. A lot of people say that.
Challenge your slashy there, but it's okay.
I mean, I don't personally feel that way about it, but it's definitely like one of those films that knows it's bad and leans into it. But the acting is particularly bad.
It's so bad.
And even like Tara Reid, who has like been in other stuff and been okay, her acting is really bad in it. So I wonder if
she was ever okay.
Yeah, better than this movie.
Oh man, yeah. I think her career was on the downslide.
Yeah, this kind of rejuvenated it.
So was Ian Ziering's. Was he married to Megan Fox?
I don't know.
I think so.
Maybe. They might have... they're the one that she has a kid with?
I think so.
Okay.
Ian Ziering, I decided, was hired for his forehead.
Because it's very expressive?
He has like this mid-migraine look about him at all times.
That's a good way to describe it.
Thanks. And Tara Reid, I'm pretty sure that lip gloss was in her contract. It had to be shiny, 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 and never fade away.
No matter how wet.
No matter how wet. Yeah. She also had very annoying hair extensions that I'm just like, just take them out.
Yeah.
You know, it was like no, she was just too MTV or what was she even in?
She was in American Pie, I think was like one of her big breaks. Bigger movies. She was kind of like friends with Paris Hilton and those kind of, and I think personally I feel like the media treated her a little bit unfairly, but
they do that a lot. Well, she had a botched breast.
She had botched liposuction for sure.
Oh,
I'm not sure about, she maybe had something with her breast implants too. But yeah, she had some bad plastic surgery go down, and I think she kind of spoke out about that.
Yeah.
And did you know that now there's like a medical name for like getting poisoned by your breast implants? And it's like breast implant disease or something like that. And a lot of women, especially ones that got early on breast implants, like, do you know who Michelle Visage is? She's like RuPaul's bestie, and they do the drag race together. She had to get hers taken out.
Yeah.
And she probably got hers in like the 90s.
Yeah. I would wonder. When something's new.
Yeah.
Technology.
Mm-hmm.
No thanks.
Anyway, so now it's like a thing that has certain symptoms you need to watch for if you have breast implants. But
gross.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna have breast implants, so there's that. I didn't like this movie, even knowing that it was.
Nah.
I had to watch it in chunks.
I get it.
I had 1 page set aside for my notes, but it spilled over on 2. Okay. It felt like to me that the whole gist of this movie was a father-daughter story where it's over the top, but it's like dad is saying like, what do I gotta save the world from sharks just to get you to understand that I love you, stupid? Am I getting it? Okay.
Yeah, okay. I would agree with that. Yeah. And also a little bit like proving it to his ex-wife too.
Yeah. Who was the Tara Reid?
Yeah.
Right. There were some fun characters, I guess. There's the little gal that is running around with the machine gun all the time.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna just shoot that. I've got a key.
Nova.
Yeah, she shoots the doorknob and it disappears, leaving a perfectly round doorknob hole.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you... Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
No damage to the door. Just shoot it. I thought the acting was worse than Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah.
Honest to God.
It's real bad.
Some of the reasons are, like, people's gaze wasn't even tracking in the same direction or in the direction of the problem at hand.
Yeah, there's also a lot of, like, hurry up, let's go, get him, come on. And that, I guess people do that kind of stuff as, like, encouragement, but it's like, duh, run.
It was so...
Yeah, we're in a hurry. I get it.
Yeah, it wasn't like, those weren't necessary things to say.
Yeah.
And it just felt so amateur. Very amateur.
Yeah. I think that, and I maybe should have looked more into this, but my understanding of the whole franchise is that it was really never meant to like blow up in the way that it did. It was very amateur and low budget, and it was just sort of like a funny thing that they did. They're like, what if we tried this? Haha. And then all of a sudden it caught on, and then there's like 6 of them.
No. I'm like, why make the first one at all? Oh, God. Okay. Some of my favorite lines from this brilliant script. Oh, crap. Look at all those sharks. You got that one, too?
I think so.
Look out. A shark. There's so many of them. Look at the size of that thing. And then there's like one time when they say, what the hell? And I'm like, why are you saying that? You know what the hell.
Yeah.
It's Sharknado. Dumbass. How scared are you of a shark that has been thunked into the street from above?
But somehow they still keep killing people, even though they're not in water.
You just walk around it. Like, what? It can bend at you.
Yeah, but if you're behind it, it can't hurt you.
Plus, its bones are all broken.
True.
I'm going to say it is flattened. Big whoop. That's not scary. The only thing that's scary about the debris field of any NATO is getting hit by something that's flying.
Yeah.
But I mean, unless you want to like dive into its mouth with a chainsaw running.
Yes. So I'm gonna do a spoiler alert because I don't think that you're gonna watch the rest of these movies.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I think you're right.
So Tara Reid later on, and I don't know which one it's in. I just know that later on in one of the other movies, she loses an arm. And then in the next movie, she's come back with a robot arm that has different...
Shut up.
Yeah. Different things on it. And one of them is a chainsaw. The chainsaw becomes a very big theme throughout all of them, killing sharks with chainsaws. And she's got a chainsaw arm.
Hold on. Hold on. Is this in the future? What? And why are there more Sharknadoes?
Well, climate change. Jesus.
I can't.
I know. Yeah, there's 6 different Sharknadoes, I think. So
that is amazing.
I can't remember why they say that NATOs keep happening, but Jesus. I do remember her having a chainsaw arm.
I am disappointed that you know that.
I'm not. I'm proud.
Honestly, if everyone had just stayed home, wait for it to pass.
But they were getting flooded out. That was the problem.
Well, okay. Still, I don't know. Ian Ziering saves the day, saves a bus full of children.
Uh-huh.
That idiotic, annoying bus driver.
Yes.
Who had too many lines.
Yeah, Joel said, do you think you want a contest to be in this?
Yes. That's a great question.
I said, I think he's really a failed actor. I think his storyline from this bus is true. He's like, I came to LA to be an actor, but I never made it in anything except Sharknado.
And Mom always told me Hollywood would kill me. And it did. The Hollywood sign specifically. I was just like, well, he kept going on and on. I'm like, well, they're gonna kill him. Otherwise, why is he even talking?
Yeah.
It's too much. It's too much. And of course, why is it always like every single child is like hoisted up on the rope, and not until the stupid bus driver guy does one jump out of the water to try to nip at him.
Uh-huh.
Only with one shark. Whatever. And do you, when they were in the nursing home, do you think those were actual nursing home residents just playing actors? There was a bunch of shots where they just really were reacting from behind the window.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, there's one way to save some money.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think that would have been awesome. If that was my grandma or my grandpa or my husband or my wife.
Yeah. We should play more nursing homes in our band.
We should. Alternate title I thought of when Ian Ziering chainsaws his way out of the center of the shark.
Yes.
What smells fishy? Something smells fishy. It's your girlfriend.
Yeah, what are the chances that that shark is the one that Nova is inside?
It also seems to be like the biggest one. Like so big that you could... How?
Yeah, he jumped in it with no resistance.
No, nothing. It was so dumb.
Even a great white wouldn't be able to swallow you like that.
And
humans are big.
You're also gonna like live for a few hours in there?
No.
Fish gut?
She wouldn't be able to breathe.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
And I don't buy it. It's not like like Jonah and the whale, where it's like in there sitting with a little table and a little stool and a candle and reading a book inside the whale.
Yeah. I wonder if that's like, if like a whale's stomach is really that large that you could just like chill in it.
I don't know.
Well, it's probably full of acid. I don't know.
You could just chill in it. Wow.
Not that I...
Fish stomach.
It's a really relaxing place to be.
It might be. You know.
Very quiet, probably.
Yeah. If it was swimming, too, it'd be kind of soothing.
If you could do a float, like a deprivation, it would be like a deprivation tank.
Yeah. You're just floating in a whale's stomach.
All you can hear is its heartbeat. That sounds nice.
Ooh, that is crazy. That's creepy.
How did we end up here?
Crazy. I don't know.
Sharks eating people, I guess.
Yeah. I still hate open water for all that.
Fair. I mean, there's a lot of creepy stuff out there. We were watching, kind of unrelated, but an octopus documentary the other day, and I'm so like, fascinated. And they found a new species of octopus that I've never seen before. I think they said it was new to them but they discovered like a crack in the ocean floor where the water was coming up warm, and there was like 500 nesting moms of this kind of octopus, and normally they don't stay together. They're very like solitary, but they've kind of been like, the moms are all just like, we're gonna be cool, so we can all be here by this heat.
That's nice.
But the octopus itself looks exactly like an alien, like the big eyes, big forehead, like, I'm like, maybe they are aliens.
And I keep telling you should watch that Resident Alien show, because there are in particular there is one big octopus that is an alien and can talk to the main character, and just it goes
we'll
way
have
back.
To try that again. We've started it a couple times and just kind of forget about it, but
I don't know, I just binge it. It just cracks me up. I'm gonna be excited if another season comes out, so it's just a cute little kind of, it's funny though. Humans. We are funny.
We make things like Sharknado. It's really weird.
It's so terrible. So terrible. But now I want to know about Tara Reid's robot chainsaw arm. God, what tool would you find useful to switch out a limb for?
I don't know. I feel like hands are the most useful tool.
True.
But I don't know. Definitely not a chainsaw.
When they were in the hardware store, it was like everybody was like MacGyvering to get some weapons, and Tara Reid picks up like hedge clippers. She's like examining them for a long time, and I'm like, I don't know about those. You're not gonna give it like a haircut.
No. No, hedge clippers is not. If I was fighting sharks, definitely not hedge clippers. I was fighting hedges.
Yeah. You know what though? I rode my bike past a really thick hedge in front of somebody's house that I was like, if I was a little kid and I was walking past this, I would have been scared.
Yeah.
Like it was that kind of spooky, like somebody could grab you or whatever. You know, it's just, it doesn't exist except in your kid imagination. Scary. I don't know anything else.
All right.
About NATOs. Good. Well, honestly.
We did it.
We did. We
flicked some beans.
Mark just got coffee.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.